Today on Good Morning Maine, authorities continue to investigate a raging fire in Bangor that officials believe was a work of arson.
Plus, a medication that reverses opioid overdoses will soon be available for the general public to buy.
And you know, late summer has arrived when the Blue Hill Fair gets underway. Good morning and welcome to Good Morning Maine. I'm Emma Smith.
And I'm Craig Colson. Thank you for joining us on this Friday morning. We made it to Friday, everyone, and we'll have all those stories coming up. But first, to check the forecast, and it's looking really nice out there. Hey, by the way,
I was going to say, you're not going to mention that it's the first time of both of us on the desk in like over a week?
It's been a while.
Woo, yeah. Party.
Yeah, we're kind of getting through all of our late summer vacations, getting them off the books and trying to soak up some of the sunshine before the fall arrives.
I know, and Labor Day weekend does look beautiful though, so it'll probably be a late summer.
Yeah, a little chilly this morning though. Did you notice that?
I had my AC on and I turned it off and I was like, there's no need for this.
Yeah, it's up in the upper 40s, I think it was when I headed out today, but sunny skies on the way though.
Yeah, beautiful day in store. And Devin Biggs is back too, so let's get the forecast with him.
And thank you very much, Craig and Emma. Happy Friday. Your first weather forecast brought to you by Dirt Road Acres, your #1 dispensary providing outstanding customer service and award-winning knowledge at most affordable prices. All right, let's get into things this morning. Pretty quiet out there across the region. I promise our radar and satellite is working. There's not a whole lot to show out there this morning, as a lot of the activity has moved away from us. As we do zoom things out and give you the bigger picture, though, again, the tropics do remain after, though, but here on land, we're looking pretty good, at least for the time being, as the cold front has moved away from us, and our next several days, at least for the time being, looking rather dry. In the short term, though, a lot of sunshine today, no clouds overhead, mostly clear later on tonight, maybe a few clouds on the way as we head towards tomorrow morning. As for the wind, all right, not too bad out there, out of the northwest, so at around 5 to 10 miles per hour. We may have to watch tomorrow, though. Some gusty winds could be on the way, and they will definitely start to pick up as we head towards Saturday afternoon. So as for today, not bad, mostly sunny and awesome out there, up highs in the mid-70s, and the northwest wind getting up to about 5 to 10 miles per hour. Later on tonight, lower 50s becoming mostly clear, with the wind overall looking nice and calm. You might notice a few clouds early in the morning as well. For tomorrow, partly cloudy and warmer, up highs in the upper 70s, maybe lower 80s, and that south wind getting up to about 20 miles per hour. Hourly forecast for the rest of the morning and afternoon period, a lot of sunshine, temperatures in the 70s. Your full 5-day forecast is coming up. Craig and Emma.
Thank you, Devin. The fire marshal's office continues to investigate an arson fire that damaged an apartment building in Bangor. Shortly before 4 o'clock Thursday morning, the Bangor Fire Department responded to a fire at a 3-unit apartment building at 271 Elm Street. 2 people were in the building at the time of the fire, but were escorted out without injury by the Bangor Police Department. The police department also rescued a small number of kittens from the building. Mutual aid from nearby departments were called to respond to help knock down the fire. One Bangor firefighter sustained a minor burn injury while extinguishing the fire, but no other injuries have been reported. Investigators from the fire marshal's office were called to the scene and determined that the fire was intentionally set. The fire marshal's office is conducting a joint investigation with members of the Bangor Police Department's Criminal Investigation Division.
Well, meanwhile, students in the Howland area will be allowed to return to school today. A potential threat against one local school caused the district to keep all local schools closed on Thursday. The administration has since sent out a message saying it has been determined that the schools are now secure and safe. Our Grace Blanchard explains what we know about the situation.
According to the superintendent of the SAD 31 school district, the Hitchborn Middle School in Howland was the target of a potential threat, causing the entire school system to close on Thursday. In a statement, Superintendent Darcy Fournier wrote, "Last evening, a staff member alerted administration of a potential threat against Hitchborn Middle School. The administration informed law enforcement immediately and followed established protocols and procedures. State law enforcement officials responded quickly." This left the Enfield Station School, Penobscot Valley High School, and Hitchborn Middle School empty on what should have been students' second day of classes. Messages from the superintendent's office alerting parents of the closures went out late Wednesday night.
Yeah, it was last night around 9:30 p.m., which immediately struck me as kind of unusual because generally if there's a closing, we get a call early in the morning. So this was unique.
Local resident Kelly Cookson has a daughter at the Penobscot Valley High School and says the whole situation has been confusing and concerning.
I think it's a strange situation to be in because I don't want, and my daughter doesn't want, to live in a space of fear all the time, but caution is smart and healthy.
Because the academic year is just getting underway, some parents were not even on the contact list yet and were unaware of the safety concern.
Well, I did have a parent message me because her child had just started at the school and they weren't in the system yet, so that could possibly be why some parents didn't get the call.
According to the superintendent, the administration plans to continue to work closely with law enforcement officials to conduct a thorough investigation. However, in a message to the community, she ensured that the schools are secure and it is safe to return to school on Friday. But parents like Cookson are still hesitant.
Sort of mixed emotions, but if I felt there was an immediate threat or she didn't feel safe, we would not be returning.
In Howland, Grace Blanchard, ABC 7 and Fox 22 News.
A man was rushed to the hospital this week following a bad crash in far northern Maine. Authorities say it was around 6:30 Wednesday night when state police were called to a single vehicle accident on the Caribou Road in Cross Lake. They say 35-year-old Curtis Deshane of Wallagrass was traveling south when he lost control of a Jeep Grand Cherokee. The vehicle left the roadway and rolled over before coming to rest on the roof. Deshane was life-flighted to Central Maine Medical Center in Lewiston and is in serious condition. Police say it appears Deshane was traveling too fast during heavy rainfall, which caused him to hydroplane.
Well, a man shot by police after an alleged hammer attack has been indicted by a grand jury. 45-year-old Dejon Carter was indicted for aggravated attempted murder, elevated aggravated assault, kidnapping, and assault. According to court records, Carter's girlfriend fled from the home in Milford in June after allegedly being choked. That's when Carter allegedly chased her down and struck her with a hammer. When officers arrived at the location in Alton, Carter attempted to flee. A trooper shot Carter as he drove at an officer. The Penobscot County Grand Jury has also indicted 26-year-old Gabriel Bocanegra of Bangor and Connecticut on numerous charges, including assault, domestic violence, assault on a child less than 6 years old, and also endangering the welfare of a child. On May 5th, the child was taken to a local hospital with significant injuries. A spokesperson says Bangor police found suspicious bruising and healing patterns and burn injuries on the child's back. And finally, a former Lee Academy basketball coach and teacher was also indicted for gross sexual assault and unlawful sexual contact. 28-year-old Michael Richardson is accused of sexually abusing a student. He had been living in a dorm at Lee Academy at the time, and the deputy superintendent of 2 correctional facilities also indicted. Detectives with the Attorney General's office say Gerald Merrill allegedly engaged in a scheme using state funds to purchase products from certain vendors in exchange for illegal kickback payments. Merrill was indicted on theft and bribery charges.
4 state troopers are now recovering from injuries after they were struck by a 24-year-old driver Sunday night. Police say they believe that driver was high on cannabis at the time of the crash. The use of recreational cannabis is legal for adults in Maine. However, the crash raises questions about how investigators determine if someone is actively influenced by the drug. There are around 90 certified drug recognition experts in the state of Maine, one of whom is VZ Patrol Officer Christopher Gray. Officer Gray says there are several indicators they look for when trying to determine if someone is under the influence of marijuana, including bloodshot eyes, eyelid tremors, or any alteration in the person's perception of time and distance. He says officers perform roadside tests, which give them a better picture if someone might be under the influence. If the person submits to a breath test and alcohol is ruled out, a drug recognition expert is called in. That's when they use a 12-step evaluation to determine whether someone is under the influence of a drug.
This is our drug recognition expert box. So basically this has all of the tools that we need to accurately perform a drug recognition evaluation. We take vital signs, we'll take your pulse, we'll take your blood pressure, things like that. We'll check your pupils, we'll check your body temperature, and other evaluations that will determine whether or not your body is sped up or slowed down, or whether or not you're normal.
The driver involved in the crash remains in jail on $250,000 cash bail. If he's able to make bail, he will be ordered not to use alcohol or marijuana or operate a motor vehicle.
The American Civil Liberties Union of Maine has reached a settlement agreement with the state over failures of Maine's public defender system. In the proposed settlement, the state agrees to a list of reforms, including setting new performance standards and providing regular evaluations of its private attorneys representing low-income clients. Attorney Christopher Soma owns his own law firm and says in his 17 years of practicing law, he never has seen the system stretched as thin as it is right now. He says there isn't enough available help for those who can't afford to hire their own lawyers, due in part to rising crime rates and less rostering attorneys willing to take these cases.
At one point in time, there were 400 plus lawyers on the rosters in Maine taking cases. Why don't we have those lawyers now? And I don't want to hear that, lawyers have aged out or they've been removed from the system, because there's plenty of lawyers. I think this problem has been ongoing for years, and now it's just coming to a head.
He thinks the settlement marks another step in the right direction, but that more ultimately must be done to process indigent cases more efficiently. That settlement builds on previous successes, including the opening of Maine's first public defender office, improved hourly wages for private attorneys serving indigent clients, and the hiring of a staffer to oversee attorney training and supervision.
At Knowlton Park in Ellsworth, Healthy Acadia's Inspire Recovery Center held their third annual Overdose Awareness Day event. The event featured guest speakers, a memory board, and 723 butterflies, representing the lives lost to drug overdoses last year. Inspire, Maine Family Planning, and all others who attended spent the evening taking time to reflect upon friends, family, and loved ones not here today.
It's really easy to just say, oh, it was someone who was addicted to substances and, whatever. But it was a human being. It was a person, and it was a life, and it was a life that was loved.
Although the night was spent in reflection, those in attendance walked away somber, but hopeful for a better future, stressing the importance of community education and ending the stigma against overdose and recovery. And coming up later in the second hour of the show, there is a race for recovery hosted by Wellspring. It's a local organization that will raise money for local recovery efforts. So we'll have discussions on this matter later as well.
I love how things are changing. People are starting to treat it like a sickness rather than a crime or something like that when it comes to addiction.
It's definitely mixed.
Yeah.
A lot of people don't feel that way,
Yeah.
and I can understand how people have differing feelings about it, but also so many people are personally affected by this, either themselves or they know somebody, obviously. So it's like, it's affecting everybody.
Yeah, you wait until it touches your family, and then you might look at it differently. I know it's touched my family, and I've had a lot of friends who have struggled with addiction too. So
my family as well.
Yeah.
Yep. All right, the time now is 6:13. Coming up next on Good Morning Maine, Narcan is a medication that has saved countless lives from overdose deaths, and soon it will be available over the counter. We'll have the details.
But first, another check of that forecast today. A mostly sunny and awesome day. The highs up near 76 degrees. Tonight, mostly clear with lows dropping down to around 50. Tomorrow, another nice day on the way. Partly cloudy and even warmer for your Saturday. The highs tomorrow around 79.
And awesome.
Here at Rennie's, we've been a Maine staple for almost 75 years.
We have a great selection of Maine items. Thank you for supporting our Maine local businesses.
Wow, you guys got a lot of stuff.
Yeah, well, when you're in Maine, you gotta shop local.
Yeah, lots of great Maine stuff. I love it. We got some chips, we got Wilbur's of Maine, mud sauce, we got Ray's mustard, Bloody Mary mix, can't mix. We got it all.
Why do you think we went to Rennie's?
Rennie's, a Maine adventure.
Hanks Husqvarna is your full-line Husqvarna dealer with 2 convenient locations, 32 Old State Road in Carmel and 19 Moosehead Trail in Newport. Whether it's tractors and zero-turns, chainsaws to trimmers, or pressure washers to battery power, everything is set up, serviced, and ready to go by our certified Husqvarna technician. And all sales are backed by our in-house Husqvarna warranty. For parts, service, or sales, stop in to Hanks Husqvarna, Carmel, or Newport.
Hello, Eastern Maine. Watch You Bet Your Life weekdays at 10 a.m. here on ABC 7.
They flooded the home. There was a flood everywhere in the bathroom.
There was no water anywhere.
They lied about anything and everything.
What did the plumber say was the cause of the flooding?
Baby wipes. This one here with the hair.
Hot Bench.
Friday at 3 on ABC 7.
Welcome back, everyone. An overdose reversal drug will soon be hitting store shelves and be accessible to the general public. Our David Ledford spoke with experts and recovery center representatives about what it means for the state of Maine.
It saves people's lives.
Narcan, a nasal spray that reverses drug overdoses, will be available in pharmacies, grocery stores, and online retailers nationwide in early September, according to the drug's manufacturer, Emergent Biosolutions. The product is the name brand version of the drug naloxone. While it's been available in several ways in Maine for some time, pharmacists say expanded availability will offer new benefits.
People can get naloxone prescribed to them by their doctor. Pharmacists can dispense naloxone, but if it's OTC, then you could theoretically see naloxone just in vending machines, in public places. Naloxone is a life-saving drug, not a drug that enables dangerous drug use.
A box of 2 4-milligram doses of the drug will run at a suggested retail price of $44.99, but some recovery center representatives say that cost could be a concern.
I worry about when somebody's struggling, themselves, if they're going to go out and spend almost $50 on a kit of Narcan. Anything that adds to it being more accessible to everybody is a good thing. I just question if the price point is right for the people who need it.
According to the FDA, there were more than 100,000 reported overdose deaths nationwide in the 12 months leading up to October 2022, primarily driven by synthetic opioids like fentanyl. Some are hoping the increased availability of Narcan will be a step towards building a greater understanding of the medication's benefits.
I have personally seen people close to me who wouldn't be here today if it wasn't for Narcan. These people who are actively using, they're people's sons, they're people's daughters. The more that we educate our communities around it, the more we can break that stigma.
In Bangor, David Ledford, ABC 7 and Fox 22 News.
Maine forestry officials are planning a wide expansion of quarantine zones to try to prevent the spread of 3 invasive forest pests that pose threats to the state's timber industry. The pests are the emerald ash borer, the hemlock woolly adelgid.
Adelgid?
Adelgid,
yeah, that
okay.
used to mess me up too.
Okay, and European larch canker. Okay. Forest managers in many states have tried to slow the spread of the borer and adelgid, while larch canker has primarily been a concern in Maine and Canada. The quarantine areas place restrictions on the movement of items such as firewood, logs, branches, and plants. The Forestry Department is holding public hearings about the plan to expand the quarantine zones on September 6th.
All right, a nonprofit based in Howland handed out free school supplies and food yesterday. The Love Alliance nonprofit has been serving a variety of needs in the Howland community for the past 6 years. Yesterday, they offered backpacks filled with school supplies to any family in the community that wanted one. They also serve as the Howland Food Cupboard, and we're also handing out free food provided by Hannaford and the Burlington Food Pantry. The backpacks and supplies were all donated by the Save a Life Recovery Network, which is based in Lincoln.
Save a Life program in Lincoln donated some backpacks that were full of school supplies, and we were able to make those available for any student going into the new school year. If you're in need of a backpack, you are more than welcome to reach out, and we can make sure that one's in your hand. But there will be a few backpacks available next week, and there will certainly be lots of food.
The Love Alliance director says they will be open every other Thursday, but plan to be there again next week with more food and supplies. They say anyone in need is welcome. More information can be found on our website at foxbangor.com. Awful nice to see all these organizations coming together and making sure kids head back to school with the things they need.
They're so dynamic. They do so much for the community. That's awesome. All right, the time now is 6:19. Whoops, I just paused. It was one of those moments where I paused.
It was dramatic, though. Yeah, I like that.
I am quite dramatic. Yeah. Okay, well, the Blue Hill Fair opened yesterday. We'll have the details.
Plus, in not so exciting news for many, students' loans repayments resume today. We'll have details on that and more as Good Morning Maine continues.
looks like a summer blockbuster, but this is a Nissan sales event ad.
Now get a low $299 per month lease on Rogue.
Better hurry. These offers won't get a sequel.
What's better than a sale? The Label Shopper Summer Warehouse Sale. Shop the lowest prices of the season with items at $3, $4, $5 and up. Hurry in today to shop the best selection. Label Shopper. Great clothes, great prices.
I got rear-ended at a stoplight and needed surgery, and the insurance company tried to give me this tiny little check.
This tiny little check won't even cover my car repairs.
After a car accident, don't take a tiny check from the insurance company. Call the twos.
I said no way to this tiny check. I called the twos, and Lowry & Associates got me $300,000.
I'm Jim with Lowry & Associates. Call the twos. We win for you.
If you're hurt in an accident, what do? Call 222-2222.
So many people have followed this story for so long, and this is the first time that Peyton Leitner is talking. Do you remember leaving the park to go to the woods?
The most unbelievable story I've ever heard. Who the heck is Slender Man?
The David Muir 2-Hour 2020 tonight on ABC.
I know this looks like a summer blockbuster, but this is a Nissan sales event ad.
Now get a low $299 per month lease on Rogue.
Better hurry. These offers won't get a sequel.
It's an annual summer tradition in Maine. The Blue Hill Fair opened Thursday, and organizers say it's a down-to-earth country fair with something for everyone. There are oxen pulls, a blueberry pie eating contest, and agricultural exhibits, as well as the midway rides and games.
We got 3 brand new ground acts coming from as far as Florida, and then even local Timbertina from Trenton has a lumberjack show here. So we've got all brand new entertainment this year, and we're expecting 5 great days of weather.
You can also check out the Timbertina Lumberjack Show, the Pork Chop Review, and Zuckerman's Farm display, where you might see Wilbur the Pig. There will also be police canine demonstrations on Saturday and a concert by Nashville recording artist Jamie O'Neill. The fair runs today through Monday, or yesterday through Monday, rather.
Yeah, one of my favorite fairs around too.
Me too.
It has one of the big agricultural sides of it all, kind of like the Skowhegan Fair. So you can go check out all the little critters while you're there too.
Kind of feels like you're in a different time.
Yeah. The bad news is it's always a sign that summer's kind of coming to a close and fall's here. You can already feel fall in the air.
I'm over the humidity.
Keenan's over there behind the camera going, yes!
Yes.
There's a lot of people that just love the fall. I love the fall too.
It's one of my favorites.
Yeah.
But so is summer, so it's hard.
I just know what's coming after fall, so that's why I'm like...
Why? You don't need to... The dread? Okay, the impending dread, we can push it off.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, we'll enjoy the fall.
Yeah.
You don't have to worry about it for a few days
You still haven't seen the Barbie movie yet. It was the summer of Barbie. You could make summer last longer if you went to see the Barbie movie.
I'm holding that for a special day.
Okay.
Yeah. It'll be Barbie Day, I guess. I don't know. Hey, the good news is we don't have to worry about fall. We don't have to worry about winter for a few days because it's going to be very summer-like the next couple of days.
Even a beach day, maybe.
Yeah, comfortable weather, not too hot or anything.
Yeah.
Just get out there and enjoy the awesome sunny weather.
Sunny and awesome.
Yeah, sorry, I didn't mean to spit on you. I think I just spit on the camera.
Happy Friday.
Yeah.
Okay, here's Devin Biggs with the forecast.
Alrighty, Craig and Emma, thank you very much. Your full weather forecast brought to you by Dirt Road Acres, your #1 dispensary providing outstanding customer service and award-winning knowledge at most affordable prices. All right, let's get into things this morning. Pretty nice out there, though. No clouds overhead. Sunglasses will be your friend today, as well as a lot of sunshine out there as we definitely get things rolling throughout the rest of the daytime period. Though hardly any wind at all. Still be a beautiful day to get outside with high pressure right overhead, though. That's just off to the west. We'll be moving in our direction as the day progresses on. We're keeping an eye on Adalia too, because if you notice that projected path, it's going to be making a very interesting shift in the track coming up soon. Right now it has become extra tropical though as we moved out over parts of the ocean. It's not a whole lot going for it, at least for the time being, but it does have plenty of wind too, up to 65 miles per hour. Moving to the east at around 20 miles per hour. So moving very quickly though, but as you look at the projected path, we're seeing its track off towards the north and east, expected to regain its tropical characteristics, becoming a tropical storm again as it gets closer to Bermuda. by Sunday at the very least so, but it could become extratropical again as it gets close toward possibly some of the northeastern states, and it could possibly make a turn toward the left. So this is probably as we head towards Tuesday of next week. So we'll need to keep an eye on it, so we may not be done watching this system just yet. But meanwhile, though, in the short term, looking very nice out there for us today with a lot of sunshine to head out the door today. So get outside and enjoy the nice weather if you're not in school just yet or going to work just yet today either. We'll have a lot of sunshine today, maybe a few clouds later on tonight. For tomorrow, a few more clouds as we become partly cloudy with just more clouds again as we head towards later on tonight. A rather dry forecast on the way for us for the next several days, maybe a few sprinkles further off towards the north as we head towards early Sunday morning. Average high temperature 76 degrees, middle 70s today, upper 70s as we head towards Saturday, lower 80s Sunday, middle 80s Monday, then we get warm again, middle to upper 80s Tuesday and Wednesday, back in the low 80s as we head towards your Thursday. Let's talk about the dew points. So we might notice these for a bit, especially as we head towards Sunday and Monday, as dew points will be rising, possibly getting close to the 70s again Tuesday and Wednesday. So we'll definitely feel humid again as we head towards next week. For today, mid-70s, mostly sunny and awesome out there. Northwest wind at about 5 to 10 miles per hour. By tonight, lower 50s becoming mostly clear with the wind overall looking nice and calm. Tomorrow, upper 70s to lower 80s, partly cloudy and warmer. South wind getting up to around 20 miles per hour. Here is looking at extended forecast brought to you by Dirt Road Acres. A lot of sunshine for you Sunday, highs in the low 80s. Middle 80s on Monday with a partly cloudy sky, and partly cloudy Tuesday, highs in the upper 80s.
Ladies, a main adventure.
The fall weather is rolling in.
And every day we are getting lots of new Carhartt and great colors.
Yeah, and at the best prices.
Get to Rennie's.
Thank you for shopping Rennie's. New stuff coming every day.
A texting driver hit me and I had to stop working. I needed help, but the insurance company only offered me this tiny check.
This tiny check won't even cover my medical bills. After a car accident, don't take a tiny check from the insurance company. Call the twos.
I didn't take a tiny check. I called the twos, and Lowry & Associates got me over $350,000.
Call the twos. We win for you.
If you're hurt in an accident, what do you do? Call 222-2222.
Let your creativity run free at the Creative Arts Center, where we offer fun and affordable activities for all ages. Birthday parties, pottery wheel classes, painting lessons, or just for the fun of it. Get fired up for glazing projects as well as acrylics. We offer a wide selection of ceramic products for you to choose from, and we have thousands of pieces ready to paint. We are a Paragon kiln dealer and a Laguna Clay distributor. Stop by the Creative Arts Center today, located just off the Joshua Chamberlain Bridge in Brewer. The Creative Arts Center, where your only limitation is your imagination.
At Living Innovations, we build community. You can be a part of it. We put supporting people first, and that builds a caring community within our workforce and for the people we serve. Living Innovations supports people with disabilities and has flexible work opportunities available. You could become a shared living provider and work from home, or help support people to be active in the community. To learn more, visit livinginnovations.com and check out our employment and home provider opportunities. Become a part of Living Innovations and be part of a community with a purpose.
From hot topics that shake up daytime, we can have dissenting opinions. That's America. To political views that shape our country, there's a reason why America's most watched daytime talk show is ABC's The View.
There's one number you need to know. It's called Joe.
Welcome back, everyone. We turn now to the manhunt for two prisoners who escaped from custody, one on the East Coast, the other on the West Coast. They're both considered dangerous, just the latest in a series of high-profile prisoner escapes. ABC's Andrew Dimbert has more.
Overnight, the hunt for a cold-blooded killer, triggering a county-wide lockdown west of Philadelphia.
His depravity knows no bounds. I mean, this is someone who has nothing to lose.
Police say 34-year-old Danilo Cavalcante escaped from prison yesterday, 1 week after he was sentenced to life for killing his girlfriend, stabbing her 38 times as her kids watched. Police did not say how Cavalcante escaped, but confirm he was seen walking down a local road just before 10 a.m. and is considered extremely dangerous.
If he's already engaged in a murder in broad daylight in front of her two children, there's no stopping him for doing anything more egregious.
On the other side of the country, authorities in Oregon are scrambling to catch up with Christopher Prey, charged with attempted murder. He escaped from a hospital in Salem. Despite being in full restraints and leg shackles, police say he managed to steal a van as a getaway vehicle. These two manhunts come on the heels of several high-profile prisoner escapes this summer, with 4 convicts breaking out in the span of a week back in July.
It really just comes down to when they have a chance to do it, some people will take it.
Experts say prison staffing shortages are one factor behind the uptick in escapes, along with a lack of oversight for private companies that transport inmates.
Oh, back in Pennsylvania, U.S. Marshals have now joined the search for that escaped killer.
In other news now, interest on federal student loans resumes today for the first time in more than 3 years. Borrowers still have until October 1st before payments are due again. Bills are expected to be sent out at least 21 days before the first due date. The Biden administration says, though, it will not penalize borrowers who miss payments during this first year. The administration is also touting its new income-driven repayment plan known as SAVE. For borrowers who sign up for the plan, the payments will be decided based off of their current income and family size.
Well, the border crisis continues to hit New York City. Mayor Eric Adams and others are calling for expedited work authorizations for asylum seekers after months of being ignored by the federal government. The state's governor is also pushing Washington to do something about the migrant situation. Fox News correspondent Brian Yanis has the latest from New York.
The solution is not just New York City. The solution is New York State and the United States.
New York City Mayor Eric Adams calling out fellow Democrats, New York Governor Kathy Hochul and President Joe Biden, demanding they do more to help the city deal with its surging migrant crisis.
Don't critique what we've done. Don't tell us how we could have done it better. Don't sit in the bleachers and be a detached spectator on this full contact sport.
Adams lodged the attacks at a rally today. He wants Hochul to force communities statewide to shelter more migrants, and he wants the Biden administration to expedite work permits for migrants. Adams says 60,000 migrants are living in the city's overcrowded shelters, and work permits will alleviate the city's financial burden. At a meeting at the White House yesterday, Governor Hochul urged Biden's chief of staff to expedite work permits through executive action. As for why the president did not meet Hochul face-to-face,
look, the president has a lot on his plate. When you have the chief of staff, when you have the secretary of Homeland Security there meeting with the governor, I think that shows how important the president thought this meeting was.
The White House promises to send staff to New York to identify more migrants eligible for permits and says the rest is up to Congress.
Look, the president has done what he can from here.
Adams and Hochul say the solution includes stopping the flow of migrants at the border.
A lot has to happen at the border. A lot has to happen at the border.
But not according to the White House.
The president has done more to secure the border and to deal with this issue of immigration than anybody else.
After back-to-back years of record illegal immigration at the southern border, Democrat Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez says immigration is arguably President Biden's weakest political issue. As for expedited work permits, critics say that'll just incentivize more migrants to come.
All right, well, coming up on the second half of the newscast, we'll hear about a high-stakes call that Maine State Police responded to in Litchfield the other day.
Stakes being the key word there?
S-T-E-A-K-S.
All right, we'll have that story and more as Good Morning Maine continues. A very moving story.
I knew you would get a pun like that. Oh, my goodness.
Dad jokes. Dad jokes.
Jamar Construction Products in Bangor continues to grow to meet our customers' needs, supplying products for site work contractors, concrete contractors, and survey and safety supplies. We are proud to be the local dealer for Hilti, Valley Blades, U.S. Fabrics, and Euclid Chemical, plus so much more. Stop by and see us at 1270 Hammond Street or give us a call at 907-4491. If you dig it, pour it, plow it, fasten it, lay it, or lift it, Jamar Construction Products can help you.
Mesothelioma is more than a ravaging illness. It is a disease that can ruin a family's finances and is never the victim's fault. The law offices of Joe Bornstein has been fighting and winning for Maine families for nearly 50 years, and we've collected over $500 million for injured Mainers. If you or a loved one is a victim of mesothelioma or asbestos-related lung cancer, call Joe today for a free case evaluation and to learn about your family's legal rights. Dial 207-CALL-JOE or online at joebornstein.com.
I live on Swans Island off the coast of Maine. For years, I was the general manager of the consumer-owned utility that provided power to the island. So I know about how energy works in Maine. The truth is, the consumer-owned utility was a failed experiment for our community. When we switched to a private company, our electric rates dropped and our service improved. And it's not easy to provide power to a remote island like ours. That's why I'm so concerned about question 3. I've reviewed the bill, and it's a bad idea. It will be a massive $13.5 billion gamble that puts politicians in control of our power and our electric bills. It will lead to higher energy bills, and they're not even required to have an operations plan when they take over. Mainers can't afford this costly proposal. Please join me and vote no on question 3. It's a very bad idea for Maine.
You're watching ABC 7 Bangor.
Welcome back, everyone. Today is Friday, September 1st, 2023. Can you believe it? September's already here. I know I say that every time a new month comes, but
I know I said it yesterday with the last day of August.
It goes by so fast.
You know, I said that yesterday, and this has been one of the summers where it's felt like it's paced itself really well for me personally. So I can believe it.
Yeah, you've had a busy summer.
Yeah.
All right, this is also National Crime Prevention Week.
It's an annual movement observed the first week of September to encourage people to take a bite out of crime. Created in 1984 while law enforcement budgets were being cut, President Ronald Reagan said everyone in our country has a significant responsibility to play in keeping our homes, schools, and communities secure. An effort that has become even more important in today's crazy world where people are told to say something if they see something.
All right, on this day in history, back in 1666, the Great Fire of London began accidentally in the home of the king's official baker. It ended up burning for 4 days and destroyed much of the city. That city has been rebuilt so many times over the years.
It's crazy to imagine.
1945, Americans received word of Japan's formal surrender during World War II. And in 2005, New Orleans Mayor Ray Nagin issued a desperate SOS as his city descended into anarchy amid the flooding left by Hurricane Katrina. It was just awful scene down there.
I know, and so much still hasn't been rebuilt.
They're still recovering from that.
Yeah, it's scary, and it seems like hurricanes are only getting worse.
Yeah.
Okay, well, also in 1985, researchers discovered the icy grave of the RMS Titanic in the North Atlantic. That was one of those things, those original National Geographic photos have always fascinated me and freaked me out. I know, obviously, with recent news, they fascinate a lot of people. But
it's like going to a different world when they're down there.
I could never imagine going down in that sub, personally. That's crazy. Okay, for birthdays today, we have singer Barry Gibb from the Bee Gees, who's 77 years old today. Singer Gloria Estefan is 67, and actress Zendaya is 27 years old. Happy birthday to them.
A lot of talent right there on that screen.
Yeah.
And as far as the weather is concerned, as we've been saying, looks like a wonderful day today and great weather heading into the weekend.
Yeah, sounds good. Here's Devin Biggs with the forecast.
And thank you very much, Craig and Emma. Happy Friday. Your first weather forecast brought to you by Dirt Road Acres, your #1 dispensary providing outstanding customer service and award-winning knowledge at most affordable prices. All right, let's get into things this morning. Pretty quiet out there across the region. I promise our radar and satellite is working. There's not a whole lot to show out there this morning as a lot of the activity has moved away from us. As we do zoom things out and give you the bigger picture, though, again, the tropics do remain active, though, but here on land, we're looking pretty good, at least for the time being, as the cold front has moved away from us. And our next several days, at least for the time being, looking rather dry. In the short term, though, a lot of sunshine today, no clouds overhead, mostly clear later on tonight, maybe a few clouds on the way as we head towards tomorrow morning. As for the wind, all right, not too bad out there, out of the northwest, so at around 5 to 10 miles per hour. We may have to watch tomorrow, though. Some gusty winds could be on the way, and they will definitely start to pick up as we head towards Saturday afternoon. So as for today, not bad, mostly sunny and awesome out there, of highs in the mid-70s, and the north northwest wind getting up to about 5 to 10 miles per hour. Later on tonight, lower 50s becoming mostly clear with the wind overall looking nice and calm. You might notice a few clouds early in the morning as well. For tomorrow, partly cloudy and warmer, up highs in the upper 70s, maybe lower 80s, and that south wind getting up to about 20 miles per hour. Hourly forecast for the rest of the morning and afternoon period, a lot of sunshine, temperatures in the 70s. Your full 5-day forecast is coming up. Craig and Emma.
Thank you, Devin. Well, no call is ever the same for a law enforcement officer. That's what Maine State Police had to say about responding to a high-stakes call about a cow merging onto the highway around mile 97 in Litchfield. Thankfully, though, Trooper Dan Murray managed to herd the cow out of the road, both for her safety and that of motorists. To show there was no beef, though, the cow was simply returned to a nearby pasture and let off with a stern warning.
I like how that was written. Nice.
There's as many puns in there as there could possibly be.
Yeah. Had to steer him clear from the traffic, right?
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. Although it was a female cow. Was a steer a male cow?
Yeah.
Okay. There we go. Okay. The time now is 6:40, and it's time to move on for an ad break, because when we return, Tyler Cruz will have our sports.
Don't go away.
A texting driver hit me, and the insurance company only offered me this tiny check.
Don't take a tiny check from the insurance company.
Lowry & Associates got me over $350,000.
Call the twos. We win for you.
Call 222-2222.
Stop waiting. Start living your life without knee or hip pain. Connect with a Northern Light orthopedist and get back out there. Northern Light Eastern Maine Medical Center. How are you?
Just minutes from exit 157 in Newport, Foggy's Pub is now open, serving delicious food in a casual, fun atmosphere. Relax inside or out on the deck. Pair it up with a handcrafted cocktail or choose from 20 cold brews on tap. Visit Foggy's Pub at Fogbrook Resort.
Put a little more cash in your bank. Save money with half-off deals at foxbangor.com.
Welcome back in, everyone. Thank you for staying with us. It is opening day for fall high school sports in Maine. 'Tis the season. And over in Skowhegan, a 5-0 win over Brewer in field hockey brought Paula Dowdy her 600th victory as a head coach, an accomplishment that is yet another notch on the stick of what's been a Hall of Fame career. Ryan Sudol has the story.
She puts her whole life into this program, so it's really awesome to see her get this award.
43 seasons. 20 state titles, 600 wins. And now Skowhegan head field hockey coach Paula Dowdy's legacy will live forever in the Field Hockey Coaches Association Hall of Fame.
I'm probably the only coach in the state who never played college field hockey. Pretty amazing. A person who's never even played college field hockey has done this.
But for those who have gone along with her, it's no shock.
She brings in great staff, she works relentlessly, and she's done a lot of good for the community.
And even though she has field hockey IQ unlike few have seen, if she could put all her assistants in the hall with her, she would in a heartbeat.
You surround yourself with people better than you if you want to be really good at something. The other coaches that work with us, they all have special talents. I'm not threatened by other coaches. I thrive on them.
And of course, it doesn't hurt to have talent like she does year after year, but they don't know where they would be if not for Coach Dowdy.
I came in as a scared little freshman, and she taught me so much. She gave me confidence and just put me in a leadership role as captain, so that's really helped me as well.
But just as significant is the community that Dowdy has helped build over the decades.
She brings in the alumni to help cheer them on before the games. They have a card from an alumni who sends stickers every time and writes really nice notes. Little things like that.
And we're a close-knit group of friends. We all hang out outside of practice. I mean, we support each other on and off the field. I mean, it's just like a family.
Because when you're in Skowhegan field hockey, it carries with you, no matter where you go.
Coach Jody and I are still quite close. She still advises me and it gives me words of encouragement before big games. That support means everything.
And even with all the accolades, perhaps that is Dowdy's lasting legacy, which has led her to field hockey immortality.
My first captains are 66 years old. Those people are still my friends. You just stay connected. And it's really nice that I think that we all touch their lives. And you never know whose life you're going to touch.
In Skowhegan, I'm Ryan Sudol, ABC 7, Fox 22 Sports.
Thanks for that, Ryan. Certainly been an incredible career for Coach Dowdy. Let's go to some action now, and we're going to stay with field hockey. The Mount Blue Cougars coming up to Bangor to take on the Rams. A beautiful day over at Cameron Stadium. Little windy for the first game of this 2023 season in Bangor. Picking it up first quarter. Cougars on the attack. Kenzie Malcor sends it into Michaela Wilcox. Her first effort has stopped, but she gets it through on the second try. Cougars up 1-0. Here they are again looking for more. Wilcox crosses it in front. Lily Huntley fires. Look at the diving stop from Lydia Lynch. The full extension to make the save. Here's Huntley now. She's going to send it in, and it is right on the money to Wilcox. That's her second goal of the afternoon. She had 5, puts the Cougars up 2-0, and they didn't stop there. Here's Huntley again. She sends it to Callie Judkins, and she stays with it and scores on the second effort as well. Mount Blue wins 6-0. They start the year 1-0. All right, well, it was opening day for fall sports up here. More specifically, it was the official opening day for the new Pottle Field in Herman. The brand new turf field at Herman High School will service multiple sports, football, soccer, baseball, and softball. We'll all get to practice on there as well. They cut the ribbon on Thursday afternoon. Last fall, the town of Herman voting to approve the multi-million-dollar facility. Prior to the Hawks' first game of the year, Thursday night, officially cutting that ribbon, something that really means the world to the athletic community over there.
We were just talking about it, you know, sitting over on the sideline and thinking, you know, a year ago, did we think that this was going to be where we'd be sitting now in front of a new turf field and getting ready for our first home game ever on it. And yeah, it's just a really exciting day.
I think it's great for the community. It's great for the school. And it's just something that we really have wanted for a long time, and it's great to have it here.
All right, now let's get to the game. The Hawks hosting Ellsworth on opening night here. We're starting in the 11th minute first half. Lizzie Bowles charging for Ellsworth all by herself. Gets in the box, sneaks it past Bella Bowden with the left. Eagles up 1-0. 22nd minute here. Izzy Byram for Herman. She's going to send it to the middle. Maddie Stewart off the bounce. Tries to roll it in. A beautiful save by Jaden Sullivan keeps her squad in front. 27th minute. Lila Ryan. Nice touch over to Byram. She shoots and she puts it into the net this time, and we are tied at 1. 39th minute. 2-1. Herman. Ellsworth's Emily King sends it up. Coming in is Kelsey Lambert. Great instincts and clear by Bella Bowden to keep the lead. Herman wins 3-2. All right, now let's look at some other scores from our area teams. Maine and Merrimack going at it in D1 women's soccer. Maine stays unbeaten, but they don't pick up the win. That is a 1-1 draw. In some field hockey, Nokomis would beat Mount View. 11-0 is that score there. Old Town over Herman in field hockey, 1-0. And then Camden Hills beats Brewer 1-0 as well. All right, that's all the time we have for sports. We'll be right back after the break.
Whether you're hurt by a landscaping truck like this, a work van like this, or any commercial vehicle, we know how to get you the big money you may deserve.
Hurt by a commercial vehicle? Call the twos. We win for you.
Harris Lumber is locally owned and has been serving the Pequot region for more than 50 years. See them for all your projects, big or small. Customer service is their #1 priority. And with a full line of lumber and hardware items, they can also deliver to your job site. Harris Lumber, Milo.
I got certified as a crash reconstructionist in 2005. I've investigated 150 crashes. 90% of those are speed related.
Vehicle rolled over several times.
When vehicles approach 30 miles an hour over the speed limit, the injuries start getting more serious. to the point of being fatal. It's scary how fast someone's life can be altered forever just by driving a little bit too fast. The old adage is speed kills. It is absolutely the case.
Did you know that it's possible to buy the wrong type of flooring for your home? Whether you're a do-it-yourselfer or a professional contractor, the experts at Don DeKalb Mainwood Floors are here to help, offering solid pro advice from choosing the right material and color to installation. Don DeKalb features the highest quality hardwood flooring sourced from lumber right here in Maine, from Maine traditions. Not only will you get a floor you'll love, you'll get a floor that will last. Don DeKalb Mainwood Floors, buy from the best, forget the rest.
Welcome back to Good Morning Maine. It's kind of a short segment. We're just going to have one final look at our forecast, which looks beautiful for kind of anything you'd want to do this weekend.
Fantastic weather the next couple of days. Here's Devin with the details.
Alrighty, Craig and Emma, thank you very much. Your full weather forecast brought to you by Dirt Road Acres, your #1 dispensary providing outstanding customer service and award-winning knowledge at most affordable prices. All right, let's get into things this morning. Pretty nice out there, though. No clouds overhead. Sunglasses will be your friend today, as well as a lot of sunshine out there as we definitely get things rolling throughout the rest of the daytime period. Though hardly any wind at all. Still be a beautiful day to get outside with high pressure right overhead, though. That's just off to the west. It'll be moving in our direction as the day progresses on. We're keeping an eye on Adalia too, because if you notice that projected path, it's going to be making a very interesting shift in the track coming up soon. Right now it has become extra tropical, though, as it moved out over parts of the ocean. It's not a whole lot going for it, at least for the time being, but it does have plenty of wind, too, up to 65 miles per hour. Moving to the east at around 20 miles per hour, so moving very quickly, though. But as you look at the projected path, we're seeing its track off towards the north and east, expected to regain its tropical characteristics, becoming a tropical storm again as it gets closer to Bermuda. By Sunday, at the very least, so, but it could become extra tropical again as it gets close toward possibly some of the northeastern states, and it could possibly make a turn toward the left. So this is probably as we head towards Tuesday of next week. So we'll need to keep an eye on it, so we may not be done watching this system just yet. But meanwhile, though, in the short term, looking very nice out there for us today with a lot of sunshine to head out the door today. So get outside and enjoy the nice weather if you're not in school just yet or going to work just yet today either. We'll have a lot of sunshine today, maybe a few clouds later on tonight. For tomorrow, a few more clouds as we become partly cloudy. With just more clouds again as we head towards later on tonight. A rather dry forecast on the way for us for the next several days. Maybe a few sprinkles further off towards the north as we head towards early Sunday morning. Average high temperature 76 degrees, middle 70s today, upper 70s as we head towards Saturday, lower 80s Sunday, middle 80s Monday. Then we get warm again, middle to upper 80s Tuesday and Wednesday, back in the low 80s as we head towards your Thursday. Let's talk about the dew points. So we might notice these for a bit, especially as we head towards Sunday and Monday, as dew points will be rising, possibly getting close to the 70s again Tuesday and Wednesday, so it'll definitely feel humid again as we head towards next week. For today, mid-70s, mostly sunny and awesome out there. Northwest wind at about 5 to 10 miles per hour. By tonight, lower 50s becoming mostly clear with the wind overall looking nice and calm. Tomorrow, upper 70s to lower 80s, partly cloudy and warmer. South wind getting up to around 20 miles per hour. Here is looking at extended forecast brought to you by Dirt Road Acres. A lot of sunshine for you Sunday, highs in the low 80s. Middle 80s on Monday with a partly cloudy sky, and partly cloudy Tuesday, highs in the upper 80s.
Rennie's, a Maine adventure.
If you like food and snacks as much as my buddy Adam does, you better get to Rennie's.
That's right, and baking season is coming up, so get to Rennie's to stock up.
Thank you for shopping Rennie's.
Now's the time to get a great deal on taking care of your property. You need tractors rated #1 at durability and owner experience, so you can do it all and do it right. Z-Series mowers that deliver a quality cut, and Sidekick utility vehicles where durability meets speed. Right now, bring home select Kubota equipment for 0 down, 0% APR for up to 60 months, plus save up to $800.
Available at Doors Equipment, 1468 Outer Hammond Street, Bangor.
Why should your new floor come from Carpet One? Because we're passionate about the spaces our neighbors call home. We're part of your community, and we're also part of the world's largest cooperative of independently owned and operated flooring stores. So you can be sure you'll get great selection and outstanding value with every installation. Whether it's carpet, hardwood, tile, or luxury vinyl, our experts take the guesswork out of choosing the right floor. We're your local Carpet One Floor and Home, the one store for your perfect floor.
What can your John Deere compact tractor do?
Attachments for any job. Financing that's as easy as...
like getting a library card.
Affordable.
You're going to get this bigger tractor, and it's going to be less money.
Dependable.
Through the rain, through the snow, I'll work through it all.
Comfortable.
And I haven't any idea how we survive without it.
Experience United and build a tractor package customized for you.
It's a new spin on Dancing with the Stars. Coming this fall to ABC, Disney Plus, and Hulu.
The FAA forecasts Labor Day will be the third busiest weekend so far this year for air travel. The administration predicts Thursday to be the busiest day, with more than 52,000 flights, and Friday the second busiest, at more than 49,000. As for the number of travelers, the Transportation Security Administration expects to screen 14 million passengers on Friday through Wednesday. The number 1 and 2 busiest travel weekends so far this year. The FAA says Juneteenth, which included Father's Day, was the busiest, followed by the President's Day break. You know, it was pretty busy on Saturday when I took the Amtrak into Pennsylvania.
Yeah, I bet a lot of people on the road too this weekend, so watch out for that. Well, a bagel bakery in New York has a unique twist. Lucy Sparrow needed something with a true New York vibe, so she created a bagel bakery shop made entirely from felt. The shop is called Felt's Bagels. Customers can customize their hand-sewn felt bagels with American cheese, pickles, Swiss, or maybe some lettuce.
The Lower East Side of Manhattan is something that I've always been very fascinated with the Jewish delis and the concentration of the sort of delicatessens, the bagel shops, and the real focus on like local food. So I thought that the felt, it had such a strong sort of feeling of nostalgia that people would really resonate with it. So I thought, right, come up with a concept for New York. I know I'm going back there. Bagels is so quintessentially New York.
You walk in as though you're walking into a real shop with real bagels, with real cookies, with real pastries, with real candy, with salads, real coffee. And you walk up to them thinking they're actually the real thing. You know, can I order a cup of coffee? But it's all felt. It's all made out of felt. It's beyond amazing.
The bakery is the latest in a line of Sparrow's creations. She's also made felt exhibitions, crafting the interiors of a pharmacy, a supermarket, and a convenience store, all from felt materials.
I'd be so mad if I walked in hangry.
You want a bagel and
upholstered bagel.
They're pretty.
God, they're cute.
Yeah.
They're cute. Yeah. Okay. Well, a man in Nebraska taking the rodeo to the road, carrying an adult bull in the passenger seat of his car. Police in Norfolk, Nebraska, were notified of a cow inside a vehicle and were surprised to see driver Lee Meyer taking his fully grown bull for a ride. Meyer was reportedly given a warning to be careful, though what's Wausi's bull's name is Howdy Doody, and Meyer regularly takes him to parades and fairs around the state.
That's my favorite.
Oh my God.
My favorite story of the day right there.
Yeah, mine too.
You know, I know what I'm going to do.
Yeah.
Take the cow for a ride.
Our producer Lucian came in yesterday to show us that, and he was bummed that we couldn't have it today.
Have a great day, everyone.